Hello guys, and welcome back to another CCTVCraft tutorial. So today what we're going to be looking at is the Iron Pinlock and the Link USB. So we'll be covering those two things today, and the next part, what we'll be looking at is lockpicking and general game rules for how that basically works. And then the final part, we'll be looking at some of the new blocks. There's a whole bunch of new blocks in this update. So things from secure doors to secure hatches, and there's wood variants and all that other stuff too, and there's also secure safes as well. So we'll be looking at that in the third part and the general recipes. But first, let's go ahead and cover these crafting recipes for these two items, and then we'll be getting into how to use them. The recipe for the Iron Pinlock is 6 iron on both sides here, and then a display at the top, circuit board in the middle, and then a stone button. That will give you 1 Iron Pinlock, which you can place on walls. It doesn't actually have any particular requirement for placing, so just in case the block behind it is broken, it's still going to basically be able to be supported. So I wanted to make sure that it didn't mess up any of the mechanics for actually locking. That's why that's in place. So you do have basically a block that can be placed down pretty much anywhere that you want. So you're going to need a Link USB. For that, you're going to just craft up a regular USB crafting recipe, only with green dye instead of the blue or red that we've been using. So tripwire hook, circuit board, and nether quartz, and then 4 green dye will get you one of these Link USBs. Once you have those down, you can place one of the secure blocks that we briefly covered over here, one of those types of things, and you can right click on it with your Link USB and it will save it to the device. So in this case, it stored the dimension, the location, and the name of the thing that you clicked on. Now, when you're linking it to a Pinlock, it needs to be in the same dimension. So make sure to right click on it, and then you can go ahead and actually start using it. So let's go ahead and type in the default password, which is going to be 5555. And then if we press enter, it will lock the block that it's connected to. And if we type it again, it will unlock it. We can press enter. You might even notice that the buttons actually do a little bit of an animation. It's a little hard to see when you're actually have the GUI open, but what happens is every time that you press button, the buttons go in and out. I've programmed it to do that. So now we can actually open up the door, and if we are the owner of the block, what we can do is we can press 0000, enter, and then our new password. So this will allow us to set the password, and we would then type the password in here to lock the block. Now, if we try the default password again, it's going to say wrong password. So we can update that password anytime, even if we don't know the pin, as long as we're the owner of the block as well. Probably a question that you guys have is, can this work with multiple pin locks? And yes, indeed it can. If we go onto this side and then press it, we can actually set the pin code to open and lock this door. And then if we go to the other side here, we can set the pin code over on this side, and it will lock. Now, these pin locks work independently for pins, so you could have one pin on this side that is a little bit like the 1 2 3 4 that we had before, and then maybe 555 on the other side for, you know, general access if people need to get in and out. So it does work that way. The only thing that it can only do is connect to a device like a secure door or a hatch or a safe to one particular block. It can't support multiple blocks. So in this case, this works. You could even do it remotely from maybe that house over there, and you could basically unlock or lock this block from somewhere in that particular house. So that's pretty much it. That's all there is to it. We'll be covering the lockpicking next episode, and then we'll be looking at the game rules that control that. But other than that, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, comment down below, rate the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace out.